Alrighty, and welcome to first of many YouTube videos, hopefully. This is just going to be a very quick tour of my world that is currently at 1538 on my Java edition. I did move this world from Bedrock onto Java. Most of the beginning areas that I will show you in this will have started in Java, and I do use Matica, so these trees are currently trees that have been on their way of being built, as this is planning on being a massive forest throughout the starting point of the world. But on day zero, we spawned in here. This was originally a realm, and then everyone stopped playing, so yeah, the area down here was built by somebody else, but other than that, everything that you will see here was built by yours truly. Okay. Um, when we started, this was a spawn, so we wanted it to be safe for people to spawn in and not be attacked by zombie piglins, so it was available to get to the nether immediately. We had a iron farm underneath of this stone way back. Um, it no longer works because it worked for Java and or Bedrock and Bedrock only. But we have updated one. The guy who built down here was our redstone guy, so thankfully for him, if it wasn't for him, I wouldn't have a lot of the farms that I have in this world that help me continue on. Um, I also wouldn't be able to build a lot of the things that I built because he was an absolute madman and decided to mine a 100 by 100 all the way down to bedrock. Granted, I did help him, but not as much as he helped me. Um, he just wanted to see a cool world, and so he was able to provide me with everything that I needed. But now we're out of that, and he no longer plays, unfortunately. Um, but this was, as that was spawn, I came over here, and this is where I wanted to settle down, because I wanted to build like a fishbowl area that really just encapsulated the world that I was trying to build. I have an entire lore system set up, like there are gods in this world, different kingdoms. I have different plans for different kingdoms, and such and so forth. Right now we are in the kingdom of Palatus. This is just a little hamlet for a bunch of the noblemen um, that would be living under the kings and things of that nature. Like, this is just a place for them to stop when they're on their way to do royal convoys and such. So this is just a little village. This is like a lumberyard, workyard. I'm trying to set up a sorter in here for all of my wood types. It's gonna come all the way across, but I'm not very good at redstone. Um, Over here is the inn and uh, tavern to kind of keep all the new guests, new nobles that are coming in from faraway lands. The music just decided to now start. uh, yeah, but this is just a little barn and tavern for people to keep in touch. I'm going to turn the music down a little bit because I wasn't sure how loud it was going to be. But I think that's a good volume. I don't do too much interiors, but this was the Redstone guy's room for the first couple thousand days, honestly. But that's it. As we head on to the left here, this was our original storeroom. I figured it would be really nice to have somewhere for the boats that would come into the bay to have somewhere to get on like a cart and in their little market and just have a massive storehouse. When I changed to Java Edition from Bedrock, I have two massive cauldrons outside that are holding like water and lava, and it started a massive fire. But I kind of decided to, leave the building kind of burnt down because I thought it gave it more character, and kind of showed hey, this world's kind of lived in. It's not everything's gonna be perfect. But this was our storehouse for the first couple hundred, close to maybe even 1,000 days. I will show you eventually where we now keep everything. This is just a little blacksmith. I built this right when Pale Oak came out. Still gotta do the interior for it, but this is his little market stand. He would be building swords for the noblemen and things of that nature. This is also still really loud. Maybe down to 33 would be even better. Yeah, that's a lot better. But anyways, yeah. I also absolutely love these little cranes that I can keep putting everywhere. It kind of keeps it easier so people don't have to carry the stuff up very hard. I was gonna have the wood storage kind of be over in our little custom forest. It would go in here, go up a water tower, and go through the water troughs into each of its specific storage. Working on a custom forest here. It's not completely done, but this was all different terrain and such. That is the castle. I will show you that, but first I would like to sleep so I can, actually show you this without being shot into oblivion. I also am just like everyone else who plays this game, and definitely leave shulker boxes absolutely everywhere of leaves and logs and just a bunch of random things. Yeah, so this water is all custom, the trees custom, all of my own design. There is a cute little bridge. It's going to continue out over here. I want to take out this beach setting and just continue the forest. That's a creeper. I was going to have a little witch hut back here hidden underneath of the tower to kind of just bring it in more. Because right now the tower's here, but that's about all that it is. There's a custom mountain being built there. This is very heavily inspired by Lord of the Rings, Game of Thrones kind of thing. So this mountain is going to be one of the mountains of, like, the dwarves. And yeah. But with that, we will bring us back to the tavern area. This was my starter house. I built it on around day 20, if I'm remembering correctly. I'm not 100%. The front door had several creeper explosions. I needed this because the creepers were just unbelievable. These were really nice because I could still keep some storage. I'm pretty sure there might still be stuff. Nope. Okay, I cleaned it all out. But yeah, this was a very temporary starter house. Right around the time that the bamboo and the copper crates and everything were getting introduced. We had our enchanter. I was the only one with an enchanter at the first time, but there's not much point in everyone making an enchantment table, as what is everyone gonna need an enchantment table for when we have one already? Yeah, it provides a lot of really good views. All of that is custom terrain, and I plan on doing much more custom terrain because personally that is one of my favorite things to do. I love being custom terrained out because I think it just makes it look the best. I can build on what I want to build with, if that makes sense. So, continuing on down south, or I guess it would be north, honestly. I really like FWIP. I love watching FWIP. So one of my things that I was building a lot of was farms. None of these farms really ever get harvested because I have a guardian farm that produces enough fish for the entirety of Middle Earth at this point. But yeah, this house is like my little farmhouse that I want to build up the interior for. And I'm gonna have my farmers in here. I gotta finish this wall. This was built on like day 120, honestly. And yeah, you'll see this a lot. It's a reoccurring theme where I build up facades, essentially, so no one can really see the outers. But something I like to focus on in this world is just getting like really good views. Uh, I kind of like to think of it as a painting, so like lines leading into other things, if that makes sense. But so like if you see here, you kind of get this coming down into this other custom cave, and then kind of leading you back up into this and drawing your eye to the wizard tower. I like to build with that kind of aesthetic quite often. I also really like foliage. Foliage, best thing ever. This is a shepherd's hut. This all looks really weird because I built this while I was in Bedrock, and the yeah, it. I am afraid to break it because when I break it, the whole thing breaks. Oh no, it doesn't. I lied. Anyways, this is gonna be my shepherd's hut. I'm gonna put shepherd villagers in here because I would like that the most. This also got a little messed up in the transition process, but I just haven't gotten around to it because it just gives it more character, I guess. Everything that I'm standing on right now is currently, this is all custom. There used to be a village underneath of this mountain and I covered it up completely, but I will show you down under there shortly. Actually, no, I won't because we pretty much deleted it all. But we'll work on it. I really love this river. Heavily inspired by Whip once again, as are many things in this world. Yeah, I can't really show you too much. Yes, I can. I can show you further up, but there's not much to see up there. Anytime you see a cobblestone pillar or something, it's probably that I'm planning on putting a tree or something there. Endermen are my worst nightmares ever. They like to absolutely just decimate everything that I own. So, yeah. We'll go look at the waterfall. My goal for the end of this world is to have kind of like a adventure mode to have just downloaded and people can come in and play. Uh, and they won't be able to craft anything, but they'll be able to kind of travel throughout my world and get interior, like find stuff in caves and things of that nature. This entire dam is custom. Those mountains are custom. It's an ungodly amount of stone, but I still have an ungodly amount of stone left to replace. This is one of the caves that I was talking about. I want to put a little boss fight in here, if you will, and yeah, I need to come back in and spruce up the stone and all of that. But it's one thing. This is an Enderman that really just doesn't. That's probably the Enderman right there. Also, do forgive any clicking that you hear. It's my first ever recording. I do stream on Twitch, but recording is all kind of new to me. Yeah. This is going to be the city of Palladis. I will show you that momentarily. But this mountain was kind of inspired by... what is that? Oh my gosh, the Grinch. How like the mountain kind of twirls up. This was the first ever custom mountain that I had built. It's not my best, but hey, it's here. Obviously all these trees are custom. It would be really cool if we could just plant a seed and make these trees grow, but each of them take about 10 minutes to build, so you can just imagine how much I've had to pour into that. This is the Fort of Palladis. It definitely needs an update. It's been sitting here since probably day 40. Yeah, but it's kind of where we store everything now, or I should say I store everything now. It's been here for a really long time. There's a skeleton spawner down there, but over here is where the 100 by 100 hole is, underneath of the really large custom mountain, as you can see. Down inside the cave is going to be the Mines of Moria kind of thing. I want to do the fog effect down here with several massive pillars, so you're kind of walking into a big old area, and I made it a big black box, so you can't really see anything else. But that'll show us, it'll look really cool. Hopefully, I have made it into like in a creative testing world, as I want to see what it's gonna look like. This is underneath of everything. As I said, there is a lot of custom terrain. This is where I collect a lot of my grass. The mountains are over here. It takes up a lot of space. Here's the dam and everything. It took a lot of time. But if it's gonna take a lot of time, at least it looks good, you know? Back up to the mountain fort. This is one of the gates of Pallidus. This is also heavily inspired by none other than Fwip, because, like I said, I just draw a lot of inspiration from them. We built the entire Guardian farm because I needed this roof done, and that was literally the only purpose. Right now I'm working on the city, so the next video that I will release is just me building up. This is going to be a barracks, so I'm going to start with that. I just wanted to kind of get a idea for how I was going to get the buildings in. But yeah, this is where we're going with right now. I quite like it. I think I want to come in here and dirty up the bases of it. I need to make a tavern. There's a little greenhouse in here. This was my most recent one. It needs a lot more work. As you can see, as I've said, not a lot of interiors are going to be happening. So once again, I could be taking inspiration from Fwip. And if enough people start seeing this, they can start doing their own interiors and kind of making up their own little parts to be kind of part of the world. But as you can see, the city is going to be quite big. That's the Dam of Pallidus. We have some angel statues with some really cool looking swords. Yeah. The lore of this city is it's kind of like the protectors of the realm, like very Black Castle, or Castle Black from the Game of Thrones. But they just can kind of protect the people. It's right in the middle of the world, so they are kind of like a utopia for all races in this world. We have another custom cliffside, but all of the torches that you see I'm planning on covering up with more grass and more city planning. This is going to be a bay. This water is also going to be completely covered up with a main road coming through here. Yeah, they will be a very prosperous kind of people that all kind of live in harmony and work around one another. But that would be this entire area here. So yes, the city will be quite massive. It is currently my passion project that I'm enjoying quite a lot. Besides the mountains, the mountain I want to have it kind of wrap around here and split up between the grasslands and the snow biome here, so it would probably end somewhere around here. But as you can see how big this mountain is and how small it is on the map, you can see how many more mountains I will be building along this kind of terrain. So heading over from all of that, we will go into the castle. Also, I understand that this video is probably quite boring, but I'm just trying to Get it? Oh no, not look like a noob. Um, just trying to get as many people to kind of get caught up with the world as possible because I know not everything is going to be watching the stream or anything of that nature. But yeah, I think the last thing to see though is just the castle. This was a cow pasture, and I had so many cows in here on Bedrock. And then when I switched to Java, everything got deleted. So that was a very sad time, very sad day. This castle is heavily inspired from Hogwarts. Obviously, it's not going to look just like Hogwarts because that would be incredibly hard to do for this world. But the castle doesn't look that big until you get up to it, and then it gets much bigger, much bigger, and a lot cooler. Um, this is a windmill that is currently under construction. It will always be under construction. I will not finish it. I want it to be under construction to make it look like there's some movement happening in the world. Very big wheat farm. I love this wheat farm a lot. I love the way the roads look coming through it. It just makes my heart happy. Once again, another forest coming through. I don't know why I'm commentating what you can see already. It's quite obvious, right? Unless my building is that bad, in which case it's not that obvious. But anyways, like I said, castle is quite big as you come up to it. And please, please, please forgive me for the flooring or road choice that I chose. Like I said, it was based off of Hogwarts, but it was also based off of uh, Lord of the Rings. So I was kind of going with Minas Tirith with the white road. It will not stay. I promise you, it will not stay because it is horrific. It's not horrific. It's not the greatest though. I'm sure Iskall would be very, very upset with my choice, especially up here. Yeah, just give it time. Um, I had a castle name for this, but I can't recall what it is. But right now this is just where I keep my maps and everything. So this was the world at 300 days. I like to keep it updated every couple of hundred days. But this is all during Bedrock Edition. And yeah, so 300 days, it was quite small. 600 days, this was where we started getting the nobles and the market wasn't there yet. Yeah, there was also an island here. As you can see, there's no more island here. This was also all connected. Yeah, it's great time. At 1,000 days, you can kind of start seeing this is where that mountain that we were traveling on was, and as you can see, there was a village. There is no longer a village. This is the fort. It was a pain in the butt to try and get this to look good, but hey, we're here now. As you can see, the two islands, and you can start to see the process of the kind of valley for the ships and boats to come in and dock here. And you can kind of see the castle. Is that the live? No, this is day 2200. I completely forgot to get maps going. This was right before the change though, so if you want to do day 2200 and add that to 1540, we're at day 3740. Yeah, but this is the world. We had to increase it quite massively to get in things, but even this one's out of date because the mountains and everything are not here. The live map is just a whole mess. The mountains aren't even here on this one. I really need to come in and update it. And yeah. Eventually I want this entire King's Hall kind of thing to be covered with maps of the world one day, so long as it continues on that long. This is going to be my forever world. It's just a big fantasy world. Then this is going to be kind of like the Iron Throne room, and yeah. This diagonal bridge had to make it completely out of solid blocks, but I'm very proud of it. and a door here to kind of enter in. It's going to look pretty massive. It should look good. But yeah. Oh, and the last thing for the world tour, I won't show stuff that I didn't build because why would I? This is the tower for the dragon egg. I wanted something significant, showing it to be really cool and kind of meaningful. So I feel like the extravagance of this big old bridge and tower really being good here, with quite a lot of design. Yeah, here's the dragon egg. Got a lot of faith in not accidentally breaking this. It's quite nice. This music is kind of a paid actor right now, I'll be honest with you. And of course I stopped it because